Yes, good morning or good afternoon or good evening wherever you are. My name is Nana SA and I do run a project called Black Next Gen. And the very, I don't want to use the word the very interesting thing is because if you go back to all my videos, I've realized I'm using that word, the very interesting thing is. So go back to all the videos if you want to count them and let me know in the comment section. Straight away, let me go straight to the point. My name is Nana SA and we run this project called Black Next Gen. Black Next Gen, what we do is we go around the country looking for black individuals who are doing amazing things. And for that reason, lo and behold, I've got this very interesting person, right? I definitely had to hound her over and over just for her to be able to. Not because she didn't want to, come on board and showcase her good talent and what she does, but because she's busy, yeah? And for that reason, I will definitely say at the end of this interview, if you are not inspired by the qualities that we have before us, okay, I will just refer to her as Toyin by the first name, but I think let's go straight to the point. Toyin, please, introduce yourself to the very few people and the many to join the Black Next Gen family. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Nana, for inviting me to Black Next Gen. My name is Toyin Davidson Iro. I am a lawyer and the founder of the Property Pillars Club, which is a property club based in London, the UK.
Okay, so we've got a lawyer, we've got a founder of a Property Pillars Club, and it's not just that Toyin will be telling us about. She's equally being, let me use the word very lightly, poached by different organizations for her to be an ambassador for their brand as well, yeah? Yeah, so Toyin, just like we were saying, you did introduce yourself as a lawyer, okay? In the country UK, when we're saying somebody is a lawyer, and I'm sure it's not just the UK, there will be different fields that you will be practicing. Where, which field in terms of law do you practice?
Property law.
Okay.
It's been for the last 20 years.
You've been doing what?
Property law for the last 20 years.
Okay. So this is where I may try to be a bit sneaky, trying to calculate the age of Toyin and everything. But she told me, she's definitely not going to disclose it. And I think it's equally, right, not trying to be working out the ages of people. But the most important thing is to focus on content. So in terms of properties, how long have you been, working within the property industry?
Well, as a lawyer, I was admitted in October 1998.
Okay.
Working as a lawyer for landlords, for housing associations, for banks and for investors, taking on litigation disputes in property, which were ranging from service charge dispute, tenancy, eviction disputes, mortgage repossession type cases, debt recovery, counterclaim claims.
Okay.
So that's been my background, contractual disputes between landlord and tenants and investors. That's sort of been the thing I've been doing.
Okay. So in terms of, your day-to-day, are you still working for a particular organization or do you work for yourself?
Okay. Well, for me, nowadays, my focus is on the Property Pillars Club.
Okay. So hold on a minute. So Property Pillars Club, is it like a company or what is it? Tell me about Property Pillars then.
Okay. Property Pillars is a property club for busy professional people who want to train, who want to network and invest in the UK property space.
Okay.
So it's a platform that we create where people get the opportunity to meet like-minded people like them. They get access to property training and also investment opportunities. Okay.
So in terms of Property Pillars, I believe you are the brains behind it.
Well, I'm the founder. I always consider myself as the proud founder, but the members are the people.
Talk to me. How does it work? You being the founder, you having members. How does it work?
Well, it's a platform which we've created to enable people to come together. So we have a combination of property professional people and those who are non-property professional people who want to come together with the view to doing deals together, training together and investing in property together.
Okay.
So we just create and nurture those relationships so they can develop into something fruitful for everybody.
So if I am maybe putting myself in that space as a member, what I need to do is to be able to sign up?
Yeah, it's very easy. Once you sign up as a member, you become part of the WhatsApp group. You're entitled to the deals. You enter into the newsletters and the text local, and you get information about our monthly meetings, which we do, which are training meetings. And we also have events where we actually bring people together in a hotel, and then they're given the investment opportunities, they're given the training again, and they get to meet each other. So it's just a community. It's a great community, actually.
So it's an opportunity for networking?
Very much.
Okay.
Very much, yeah.
And it possibly brings people who wants to invest within the properties field.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, the reason why it's doing so well is because, as you can imagine, most people don't know how to access in development deals. If you were saying to the average person on the street, if I wanted to invest into a development, I'm not a developer, how do I do it? Most people don't know. The only thing they know is go to Google, you know.
You know what? Let me stop you there, Toyin. You've got too much knowledge, and sometimes I want you to break it down. Bring it down to our level, yeah? So if you are talking about development, and one of the other things as well is we haven't got all our viewers within the UK.
Yeah.
So we've got people around the different parts of the world. So if you are talking about development, what exactly do you mean by that?
Well, we do developments in the club, which some are ground up developments where we secure the land and we get planning permission and we build on the land.
Okay.
So we also have instances where we've got an existing building which is used for a specific purpose as an office, and we change the use with the permitted development rights into something residential.
Okay.
So people can rent it or buy it from us.
You know what? People say the eating of the pie is in the pudding. Which development have you done so far so that people can equally be assured that, you know what, they've done this is the evidence?
Brilliant.
Talk to us.
Well, within the club, we've done a cemetery.
What?
Yep. In about 3 years ago, we had an opportunity presented to the club to build a cemetery in the Sevenoaks area in Kent.
And that is in UK?
It's in the UK.
Go ahead.
And we, with the partnership of the development company, invested in that cemetery opportunity, and it's now fully functional, working cemetery and crematorium it's called Bluebell Cemetery. If you Google Bluebell Cemetery and you're in the Sevenoaks area, you can drive past it, you see a beautiful cemetery that we partnered with the developer and we built.
So the question then I will be asking is, do you then have to do the homework and the research to be able to know where to invest, you know?
Well, that's why the club gives a lot of the training, because the whole idea is that when people come to us, because they've got very busy lives themselves as doctors and IT consultants, they don't really know who or what to do. So the club has already done the due diligence. The club has a board and has directors. And what we do is we look at opportunities presented to us. We discuss it with the originators of the opportunity, make sure that they've got a track record, make sure that they're proven and they're reliable. And we can now introduce them to our members. Okay. And what they do is they come on the training platform, like the Zoom, and they begin to articulate the opportunity. And then we discuss it within the club as a part of the discussion group in the WhatsApp to talk to people. What do you think about this opportunity? How do you feel about it? What's your fear? And then the originators opportunity also presented with workshops which they present to the members, and people can ask questions over and over again until they're comfortable with the opportunity and they're happy with the level of risk and the sort of returns they'll get back.
So you more or less act as a middleman or the middlewoman, you know,
Absolutely.
Trying to be gender neutral. Yeah. So you more or less act the facilitators between the members as well as the developers.
Correct. Yes.
That's great. So in the instance where somebody is saying to him or herself, I've got X amount of money, I want to invest in property.
Yep.
Would you say such a person may equally be welcome to be part of
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many ways that we work with some of the members. Some of the members, for example, are renting and they can't get a deposit to buy their first home. Now, within the club, we've got developers who have structured deposit schemes inside their projects.
Okay.
So which means that if you can't bring the 30% in one lump sum, you can pay it over 24 months or over a 5-year period and then get the house.
Because you're a member of the club.
Correct.
Okay.
So because we exist as a club, opportunities present itself to us. Because we now have a situation where developers, maybe, you know, they've got different needs. They've built 300 units and maybe only 200 of them have sold and they've got 100 units left. They come quietly to people like us because they know that we're a community of people who want to buy and invest. They say, look, the remaining 100, how would you be interested in taking them from us at a discount?
Okay.
So that's information is distilled to our members, because our members have got the training, they've had the knowledge, and they've had access to the deals privately. Now, the developer only wants it quiet because he doesn't want to ruin the market. He sold 300 at 299. He's got 100 that he wants to sell at 200. He doesn't want the rest of the world to know that.
Wow.
So he'll come to us because he knows that we're an elite group of property people who have had training, who have had knowledge, and who would be interested to buy his stock. And his reason is he's made his profit. He just wants to leave the site and move to the next project.
Toyin, please, can you please help me? How do you become a member? Obviously, there is a discount involved.
Yeah.
There's opportunity for you to meet like-minded people. And equally, I believe you've got training as well.
Absolutely, yes.
And finally, there is the opportunity for you to possibly buy,
Below
properties.
Market. Absolutely.
Okay.
Without a deposit.
Spill it. How do you become a member? Yeah.
It's so easy. The website is www.propertypillarsclub.com.
Okay.
Under Join Us, there's a membership form you fill in. At the moment, we're offering a special promotion.
People listening, there's something free coming in. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Join us, www.propertypillarsclub.com. Go to the Join Up app, click on that, fill in your details, and click Submit. You'll be sent a welcome email. The welcome email will lead to the PA contacting you for an induction. You'll be invited into the WhatsApp group, sent the confirmation text that you've joined, and a newsletter and a card. And the next minute, you've just got to tap into the information. You just got to tap in and keep an eye out and be available. Engage. That's what you're required to do. Continue to engage. You will hear and have opportunities landing on your lap.
I'm really, it's more or less like an information overload. But the most important thing is, it's so good to, it's really amazing where it feels like somebody's done the legwork.
Yes.
And you have the opportunity to decide, I want to invest in that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
So you have the opportunity as to where you want your investment to go.
Absolutely. What we're planning on doing is creating a variety of range of different products now, partnering with different developers, so that just like, see as a supermarket, we call the supermarket property pillars. And as a member, you go to pick up a trolley and you enter into the supermarket called property pillars and you push your trolley along the aisles. What you want is a range of property products for you. You might want something that you can buy for 5,000. You might want something that you can sell or flip. You might want something you can hold. You might want something you want to develop. So our job is to produce a variety of different products on the shelf for you as our offering to take. And in the process of giving you those products on the shelf, we also allow you to meet other customers in the supermarket. So you talk to other people about, what do you think about these Heinz baked beans? Is it better than Sainsbury's baked beans? Is it better? And then you say, no, I prefer that one because I did that one. And then you get that information. And then we train you. So when you pick up Heinz and you pick up Waitrose baked beans, we begin to tell you the ingredients that's inside the tin. This is different from this. This is priced different from this for these reasons. And do you want to have a taste? So that's all part of the training. So when you're in that supermarket environment, the ecosystem called Property Pillars, you will have the necessary tools to say, right, I've decided that I'm going for Heinz baked beans, I'm putting it inside my basket, and I'm going to the trolley, and I'm checking out. That's what it is.
You know what? We're not doing no marketing for Heinz, okay? Equally, are we not doing any marketing for any of the other supermarkets? But this is just for illustration purposes. I think, I'm really blown, as to how people are actually being supported to be able to make the right investment, meet the right people, and possibly feel at ease to be able to network and know, yes, I want that, or maybe as compared to the other one. In terms of maybe your membership, how often would you meet in terms of, yearly?
Sure.
How often do you meet?
Well, once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah, we have a Zoom event once a month where all the members are invited into. It's also an interactive opportunity as well. So if you tap into the once a month events, which we engage people, you gain a lot of knowledge from that. Every 3 months, we actually do a face-to-face. Because of the COVID, you remember there was a period we couldn't do anything. So everything was purely on Zoom. But now every 3 months, we actually do like a face-to-face meeting in central London.
Can I ask a question? And I think this will be a question that somebody watching us from another part of the world will be asking. Obviously, I'm not in the UK. So how do I do a face-to-face meeting?
Absolutely. You can engage. When we actually do our face-to-face meeting, we live stream it. And we also allow people to enter into the conversations on Zoom when we do the actual trainings on Zoom. What we're planning to do is to eventually make the whole ecosystem as an app.
Okay.
So eventually, irrespective of anywhere you live in the world, you can become an active member of the Property Pillars Club and also have podcasts, a segment for podcasts, a segment for resources, a segment for mortgage arrangements, a segment for investment opportunities, and a segment for networking on members. So this app, the Property Pillars app, will be on your phone, and once you log in, your membership and your password, you enter into it, and you can basically see a live broadcast of training, radio broadcasts of the opportunities, all the brokerage opportunities, the houses that we have for sale, the deals that have just dropped, and you just click, tick, enter, and a member of the property consultancy team will be in touch with you to talk you through it.
So Toyin, maybe somebody will be asking, themselves, this is the situation. I don't want to be part of a club. I am thinking of maybe wanting to go into the property market. Where do I stand in order for me to be able to gain some of the benefits that members get? And I know this may sound a bit of a weird question to ask, but equally people may be entitled to ask those questions. How do I, benefit from that discounted properties as compared to being a member of the club? Do you open such deals to the outer market?
The reason why it works within the club is because of mainly two things. As we group together and our numbers grow, the opportunities that are presented to us are better.
Okay.
That's the main reason. And the ability for people to get access to all the information and the training is also there.
Okay.
Any other reason, it just doesn't work. Now, from a developer's point of view, you're talking about getting below market value deals. He wants to deal with a group of people. He doesn't want to deal with one individual.
Okay.
So when we form as a group, we're stronger. We have the ability to marginalize better discounts for ourselves, and the developer will also throw better deals at us. So being part of the membership is actually key to accessing those discounted deals.
Okay, Toyin, let's do the maths here. This is the situation where I want to be a member of the club. How much is it going to cost me?
At the moment, it's totally free.
Guys, let's say it again. Toyin, how much is it going to cost me to be a member of the club?
At the moment, it's totally free.
Okay. And maybe let me put a bit of pressure on everybody else. How long is it going to be free for?
31st of December.
And that is when the cutoff is.
Correct.
After the 31st of December, I know possibly you may not have made your projected figures yet, but in terms of previous where people had to pay to be members, how much did they used to cost?
About £500 a year.
Guys, I would say this is just basic, I wouldn't want to use the word CS, but yeah, this is where I'm feeling we need to use it. At the end of the day, it's costing me nothing to be a member of the club, but what it means is I gain the opportunity to know whatever, in terms of properties, what's available on the market. Absolutely. So for that reason, what I'll be asking people is, why don't you join, just for you to be able to see what's available,
to train and to network with other people.
And that's the most important thing, because equally, in as much as you may have your whatever pot of money to be available, you need people who can actually help you to buy into a bigger pot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Property Pillars Club, how long have you had it in existence?
We're 3 years old now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of maybe it being available to people, do you advertise it on certain platforms?
We've got the Facebook page and the Instagram. Our social media team look after that.
Okay.
So, but most of the club growth has been organic.
Okay.
Through word of mouth and recommendations. We do have a YouTube channel
okay.
where a lot of the videos that we produce are on there. I think
okay.
there's got 150 videos on there.
So I think that is where I started my research from, okay? Because I had to start to look at, what Toyin and her group were doing, and I'll say, it's amazing, Yeah, I saw all the presentations, and I'm saying, you're doing something great, okay? And maybe something a bit informal. So there are lots of people who have got their own groups, okay? What I think I can equally vouch for is Toyin is able to come into those groups and give talks as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole idea is empowering people with education is the first thing, because a lot of people don't know what's out there and what's available. For example, I had last year an experience that made me understand that a lot of people don't know certain things, which can really help them. The lady in Nigeria who joined the club, she's always had a desire to own a property in the UK, and she didn't realize that she can get a mortgage in the UK without being a UK citizen or living in the UK. She was shocked when we got her high street mortgage to buy a property in England.
Wow.
It's doable and it exists and we do it. There are lenders in the UK that we work with who will create a UK mortgage to an overseas investor who is not a British citizen, who doesn't live in the UK, provided they bring a big deposit.
Guys, in terms of the word big deposit may be relative. I think the only way you can find out what a particular figure or value is by you making contact, okay? Yeah. But all that it tells us is whether you are in the UK or overseas, there is equally the opportunity for you to be able to be part of the club in order for you to be able to tap into the benefit of the membership.
Sure.
What I'm equally hearing is you do have other investments in other parts of the world.
Yes.
Okay, talk to us about it.
Well, within the club, we've got members who are in Nigeria and Ghana. Some of them are actually developers themselves. Okay. And they do developments in those regions. And what they do is they present it to the club members. Again, similar to the ones who do the ones in the UK. And they give them discounts. So maybe they build something on Alpha Beach in Lagos, 32 of them units, and they built 60. And there's some of them that's left. They really just want to sell quickly. So they approach property people and say, would anybody be interested to take in the remaining stock at a discount?
Okay.
So we have that benefit as well.
Wow. So you're not just limited to the UK, you have other members who have got their international connections as well and bring up that kind of link into the team.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And I think maybe this is where I may say somebody may just be looking at, Toyin and say, all that they are talking about is just properties, right? But behind the properties, there is an individual who is a mother, okay? Home, it's not home owner, homes. Is that a good word? Homes owner. I don't know whether it's English is not my first
landlady.
language. Oh, there you go. Okay, landlady. Okay. So Toyin, this is the situation where you are not just a property, investor. You have got different characteristics as well. Let's do the landlady bit in terms of yourself. I know we are in your home now. You've got other investments that you run yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Talk to me.
Well, I'm a landlady. Before I started Property Pillars, I've always loved property. I've always been in the environment. So I've always believed in investing for passive income because the 9 to 5 is just not going to, I won't have a home like this on the 9 to 5 salary. But so why I've invested early on is simply because I wanted to earn passive income and I wanted to leave an inheritance for my children. So I am a landlady, a portfolio of properties in the UK that I rent out to people. Yeah.
That's great. So if anybody is ever thinking, you know what, I'm a mom, it's not possible. This is the, the pudding that we are having, okay? I am of a particular background. It's not possible. This is the, and this is mainly the reason why Black Next Gen was born, because we felt there is a need for us to be able to bring on board people who look like you and I, who have actually decided that we're not going to make the barriers out there, stop us from actually achieving. However, for that reason, we've been able to get lots of people who have come onto the Black Next Gen platform to tell us their stories. Toyin, did you just all of a sudden, growing up, ever think that you wanted to be in investment in terms of properties?
Not really.
Okay.
It was funny because when I was like 16, I grew up in the UK. I was thinking of doing a BTEC, Business of Finance. That was then. And whilst I was contemplating doing that, a friend of mine approached me and told me that she worked for a solicitor in London. And I liked the idea. I never really wanted to become a lawyer. I just liked the idea of working for one. But she was able to inspire me to consider myself as a lawyer, which at the time I thought was a very difficult, unattainable thing because I didn't see myself as particularly academic.
Okay.
But when I started to research it, slowly with the encouragement from people, I decided to change from wanting to do a BTEC to wanting to do A-levels.
Okay.
And then study the professional exams. With God's help and hard work, I passed all the exams, and then I went on to do a law degree in London, and then I went on to finishing school and then practicing as a lawyer.
I think, Toyin, I'm amazed. Black Next Gen, what we continue to want to do is to find people who other people can call and say, I wanted to go and do BTEC, but I think, is there any other options open to me? And for that reason, if somebody is calling Toyin to say, can you speak to me to be a lawyer? What do I need You know, if I want to be a teacher, can you find somebody who has been through the teaching profession, who I can equally speak to? I want to go into, you know, property. Can I speak to somebody who understands where I'm coming from, who has got the language, you know, to sit me down so that I can know the pathway to choose? And lo and behold, just like you're saying, it was somebody who actually told you some of the qualities that you have. I think I will say something as well. I practice as a social worker. I knew nothing about social work. And one day I will tell my stories. Okay, my story is totally different because I knew nothing about social work, but it was somebody who told me, you can definitely do it. And I think this is something to our young people. We need the aunties, the uncles, you know, the friends that we see on the high street who have definitely made it, to be able to hold our hand and help us with our career pathways. So in terms of practicing as a lawyer, the question that somebody may be asking is, if I want to maybe train as a lawyer, would it be possible for me to speak to you? I know you've spoken to us about properties, but now let's focus on being a lawyer. Would you be maybe willing to speak to another young person who wants to take on, you know, law as a career?
Oh, definitely. I mean, like I said, somebody held my hand, somebody showed me, and somebody trained me, and somebody mentored me. So I would love to give back to especially our community in any way. It's a passion to me, and it'd be an honor to me if I met people who were interested in my assistance or mentorship to help them to develop their career path as a lawyer.
Please, Toyin, let me put it this way. You are selling yourself short because you are not more or less just sitting back for the opportunity. You've had organizations actually approach you, you know, to do those kind of ambassadoring for them.
Sure, yes.
Talk to us. Other people are listening.
Well, like I was telling you, Nana, my story is, don't wait for the opportunity to come to you. You create the opportunity yourself. You know, people say opportunity knocks. Sometimes you've got to create the door for it to knock on. That's my feeling. Now, when I started what I'm doing now, I didn't know that it would open the doors that it's opened for me today. I didn't have a business plan. I didn't have any funding. I didn't even know really how to really go about it. All I knew was that there was a burning desire inside me to set up a platform that would benefit people. And I just used my Samsung phone. My daughter was even the person who created the YouTube channel for me. I didn't know how to do that. And I used my phone, put it up somewhere, and I started talking property. And from talking property, every week I'll do a different topic. I'll talk about when the Grenfell fire happened, I'll talk about fire safety and property. When there was COVID, I'll talk about COVID. When there was insurance, I'll talk about insurance. And I related everything back to property, just to give people knowledge. I talk about the difference between a leasehold property and a freehold property. I talk about ground rent and service charges. I talk about tenancy eviction. So from those videos which I made, which were very wobbly, if you see my early videos, they were like shaking because my phone was in my hand and I was talking at the same time. I really didn't know how to record.
But the passion was there.
But the passion was there. And I kept on pulling out from myself content. And unknown to me, one of the videos that most wobbly video, 3,500 views. From people. And if I read the comment through, some of them hadn't even finished watching the video. They say, wow, the information there has just saved me thousands of pounds. And you've blown my mind. How can I reach you? So when I was doing those videos, people private messaging me, how can I reach you? How can I reach you? I was like, well, there's so many of you asking to reach me. Why don't I do something that enables all of you to meet together as well as me and in one venue? And I said to them, I'm going to be at the Pullman Hotel in Euston, Central London, on this day, 6:30. Come and let's meet in the lounge. And all of us together will share, because I might have knowledge you give, and they might not have knowledge you will share. So that's how 6 people turned up on this first occasion. And we laughed, we talked, we drank, we ate, and we agreed that we wanted to do it again the following month. The following month, they came back, they bought 14 others, because I said, I'm back again. Because people who missed it, they said, will you be back again? I said, yep, next month, I'm back here again.
Consistency.
So they came, 14 people came. Then another, and then eventually the hotel started to notice the pattern of numbers growing. We used to be in the lounge area, which was an area that was free. And eventually the manager said, oh, you people can't keep coming here. We always see you every month. There's about 50 of you today.
Yeah.
No. Get a meeting room.
Okay.
You can't stay here anymore.
Yeah.
So for a period, I had to be finding hotel lounges around central London that were free. I phoned the Kensington Cromwell Hotel. Can we have your lounge? We'll buy your drinks. Say, okay, come. And then another one, Pimlico. Can we have your lounge? And I realized that we were literally homeless, so to speak. Yeah. And the numbers were growing. So I said, like, we can't continue this way. So I said to myself, the way I can see it working is if people contributed. So we had a room that we can have as our own place where there was no noise, no interference, and we can get professional people to actually speak to us. Yeah. So that's why I said the only way that's going to do it is if people started paying into it. And the idea of a club instantly came to my mind. So that's how the Property Police Club was formed.
Guys, to anybody out there, you know, your vision, your dream is definitely somewhere up there in the brain somewhere. The only thing is for you to be able to believe in yourself and put it into practice. Just like Toyin said, there was nothing like, you know what, a business plan. There was nothing like, you know, partners or anybody that she could actually go to and say, you know what, how do we progress X, Y, Z? But I think sometimes we do, you know, sell ourselves short because we want to get all the structures in place before we actually move it on. For anybody watching us, just like I said, my name is Nana S.A. I find individuals like this, okay, amazing people, you know, who can influence the black community, other backgrounds as well, you know, other minority groups, to believe in themselves that, you know what, the potential is there. And equally, if I am believing myself, if Toyin is believing in herself, I believe you can also believe in yourself, that you can equally be a property investor by actually registering as a member of the club. But equally, if you don't think, yeah, that is up for me, what I will be doing at the end of this video is I will be putting Toyin's links as well at the end of this video so that you can reach her directly as well, so that she can talk to you. My project has got nothing to do with marketing other people's projects. Sure. All I see is potential, okay? So you can do your own background by contacting directly Toyin and say, you know what, I wanted to find out about XYZ. I will be putting Toyin's link as well in terms of YouTube, Instagram, as well as other pages as well. And please, 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 I will urge you, I am learning along this journey. If you equally want to do the learning as well, please make sure you contact other people like Toyin as well. And if you have looked at any of the other videos that we have put on the page, please put in your comment. If you have other people that you want us to interview, let us know. Send us the links. We will do the running around so that we can bring people like Toyin, you know, who is doing an amazing job, and I take my hat off. Well done, and I'm really proud of you, okay? So that it could be for all of our benefit. Toyin, if you are to spill, you know, if you are to say anything to the mother, to the father, to the family, and the young people out there who are ever thinking, you know what, can I do it? Can I not? My background, my accent, what would you say to people? And maybe, yeah, say to people.
I would say to you, do it. And the key to success is consistency and a passion. If you have a consistency and you do it regularly, the money will come.
Guys, it's all about the Lucci, yeah? Let's go for it. Let's be consistent in what we do, and equally, let's build our networks, because at the end of the day, we cannot do it by ourselves. Knowledge is power, and let's make sure that we tap into those resources, just like we have before us today, who can equally help us to be able to move on to the next generation. Guys, for any of you watching us for today, my name is Nana S.A. I find individuals like Toyin, you know, who can tell us their stories, okay, for free, which you can learn from, which you can tap into, so that you can help yourself to be developed. Thank you very much today, Toyin. And it is really, really brilliant having you.
I love what you're doing. I think it's a great platform. I want to encourage you to continue, and we're right behind you.
That's great. People, have a good weekend. Thank you. Toyin, you good?
Yeah.
Yes.